Hey guys, it's me, and today we are going to be checking out the latest single from Skynd, and this is for Edmund Kemper. This is such a wild story, because I remember when this single dropped, I was just like, this sounds familiar. This name sounds familiar, and I knew why it sounded familiar, and that is because Bailey Sarian covered it in a video a long time ago. Just a little bit of backstory for you guys if you're unfamiliar with Edmund Kemper. Actually, by the way, let me give you guys some backstory behind Skynd, just in case you guys are new to them, because I haven't put out a single in a hot minute. So Skynd, all their music is centered around true crime. So they'll cover like serial killers, like this guy here, or just like one-off murders, or just like strange happenings and everything. And so those are things that they cover in their music. And with this guy here, he was a serial killer, and I believe he was a serial killer out in California, I believe was where he was at. Had a rough upbringing, as a lot of serial killers tend to do, and this was during a point in time when there are a lot of serial killers out and about as well. And so like he was a serial killer that was out during the time, and then I think there were two others happening too at the time. This guy, he would like abduct like young beautiful women and then behead them after doing things to them. He was a big dude too. Like I think Bailey said that he was like 6'4". I think like he was really tall. He wanted to be a police officer, but they were like, you can't be a cop because you're too tall, which weird flex, but okay. But I'm really curious about giving this guy a go. I have been enjoying Skynd's music ever since I discovered them when Jim Jones dropped years ago now at this point, and I'm very much looking forward to this. I wonder if they have anything in the description box about a new release, possibly. Nope, I am not seeing anything about a potential new release. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope you guys are as well, and so we're gonna go ahead and dive on into it. But before we do so, if you guys are new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and also while you're down there, definitely give this video a thumbs up because that'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below, and let's go ahead and hop on into this.
One of these days, gonna follow through, settle in my brain, and I don't know what I'll do. Here's a little game, here's a deja vu. Bury your own Harriet, looking up at you. This is what you got, this is chemistry. The kettle on the stove's always gonna make a tea. A sticker on a hood, a chappy and a key. Are you fucking kidding me?
I can't stop. A little isn't enough. It's like drugs. A little isn't enough. You want more and more and more. You want more and more and more. I can't stop. I keep whipping them along. They go pop. I keep whipping them along. You want more and more and more. You want more and more and more. Eeny, miny, moe,
Can't watch him grow. Chicken or the egg, or I guess it's kinda slow.
what about the kitten that I buried in the yard?
Should've seen it coming, should've known it from the start.
Ship me out of granny like a leopard to the sea. I'm a double whammy and I'm
Gonna make it free. Better take a test, better wait and see. Are you fucking kidding me?
I can't stop. A little isn't enough. It's like drugs. A little isn't enough. You want more and more and more. You want more and more and more. I can't stop. I keep whipping them along. They go pop. I keep whipping them along. You want more and more and more. You want more and more and more.
I love this makeup.
Thought it would help when the night, so to speak. Take your body from your head and leave me without a trace.
speaking straight up right off the bat, that was wonderful. I love the atmosphere of this song. Like, it's nothing like too crazy and over the top, and it's just like so atmospheric. I love their more atmospheric stuff like this and Jim Jones. Since I had the story fresh in my mind and everything before checking this out, I saw like all the references and whatnot in the music video, like seeing like all of like the pictures of like the women with the heads cut off and everything. It was because like he had this weird obsession with decapitation and everything, and then like the Barbie head that was on the dartboard and everything. I can't remember whom it was that he did this with. I want to say it was maybe his mother. Killed her, beheaded her, and then used her head as a dartboard. A line in the beginning of the song, like I just caught it very briefly, but it referenced how it was another person that he had murdered that was like close to him. I think it might have been his stepmother or something. It was somebody that was in his family that he had murdered. He buried their head after decapitating them and had it facing upwards and facing, I think, like the bedroom, I think, because he wanted someone to look up to him and everything, or something along those lines. It was weird. Like, this was a very, very broken individual, and he had some issues. I mean, they also referenced like very briefly in the song about how like he buried a kitten alive and everything, which is something that he did. It's been a while since they covered like a story where it's just like, this was a sick motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie, like I've enjoyed all of their music except for John Wayne Gacy. I did not care for that song and whatnot. I don't know why, I just could not get into it. But when it comes to their other songs and everything, like I've gotten really into them. They've covered some like really wild people and everything, like Catherine Knight, Armin Mavis, like, which his particular story, like his is just wild. I don't think I have a reaction video to that particular story because I think that was during when I was now posting on YouTube for nearly a year. And I think with that particular, yeah, I don't think I did a reaction video to it. If I did, then I did, but I don't remember doing one to it. But yeah, I remember at my old job, we were closing and I was with a manager at the time and a coworker at the time, because both of them left kind of back to back and everything. I think that particular coworker left, I think, in August, and then that manager left right at the end of September. But this must have been somewhere in like June or July, and when Armin Mavis came out, and then somehow we got on the topic of it and everything, and I brought it up, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is a song. And I was just like, oh, I'll let you two like hear a little bit of it, and I'm just like bopping around having a good time. And the chick that wasn't the manager, like, she was just like, you listen to this stuff? And I was like, oh honey, this is tame compared to what I get into. And then like my manager was just like, I love that for you. But like me and that manager, like, we were just nerding out over true crime and serial killers and whatnot in that moment. I think that's how we got to talking about it. I think I can't remember, this was long ago at this point. Anyways, this was great. I loved the music video, loved the song, loved everything about this. I loved Karen's makeup in this, and just the vibe, the aesthetics and whatnot. Just, I'm fully am here for this. This was Edmund Kemper by Skynd. What did you guys think about it? Clearly you know how I feel, but how did you all feel about it? Let me know in the comments below, and also while you're down there, let me know what songs and videos I should check out next, and I'll be sure to get to them as soon as I possibly can. But until I see you guys in my next video, whenever that might be, bye.